That was Roy Ayers with "I Am Your Mind" Part Two. You can find that off of his album, his unreleased recordings. He had a double album, was a double unreleased. It was also you can find "Liquid Love" off there. "Liquid Love" has received a lot of play after the fact. He never released "Liquid Love." That's not on one of his albums, but he released it on the unrecorded recordings, unreleased recordings, and between 1976 and 81, he recorded those albums, those songs, and he released them in the 90s and late 90s and classic stuff. Always from Roy Ayers, one of my favorite artists. We had Glide from Pleasure, a band from Portland, Oregon. The fun thing about Pleasure is that they're from Portland, Oregon. Slave is from New York. How in the world do you connect those two? Mark Adams, the bass player, the great bass player from Slave, he played bass a little with them. And then also Wayne Henderson. Wayne Henderson, we also know about the great jazz musician Wayne Henderson, and so that's how the connection between Slave and Pleasure. And then we also had Sassafras Girl and Joyous. I told you guys when I was last in about New Edition. I'll give you my update about New Edition. I said it's a B. There were some factual inaccuracies that was caught, and it was caught by not only myself but other people. One of the things that was just glaringly bad. It was okay. Michael Bivins' character was wearing an 8-ball jacket in 1988. 8-ball jackets weren't out in '88. They were like in the '90s. I'm like, whoa, what? That's a bad one. And then it was like I saw a 2015 Tahoe in like 1990, where it was supposed to be 1996. I'm like, come on now, come on, come on, BET, you got to budget that right. But for the most part, it did a very good job of telling us a story about the New Edition, about the band. Ronnie DeVoe really wasn't the original member, about how they were getting raped on money. It was like we learned certain artists teach us about the music industry. We were taught A Tribe Called Quest. They taught us about on MTV. They went through a quick little lesson about what it's like to get paid from the record contract and the record deal, and you're not really getting a whole lot of pay. New Edition came off the road, and each member got they had to split all 5 members $1.87. Some things we see where Bobby Brown gets his Bobby Brown from. Mama Brown she wasn't no punk. She didn't play. You could tell Michael Bivins he drove the story. He was the person he was the main person writing the story, who was helping to be there and cast the story. We didn't know Ralph Tresvant had a chance to go solo. He stayed with the group. Big up to Ralph for that. He could have left. He could have just like chucked the deuce, but he didn't. He stayed. So that's something. I always say the Any Heartbreak album, 1988, when they came as a grown man, they got Johnny Gill. They didn't need Bobby Brown anymore. That's what that album proved. They really didn't need Bobby Brown. But hell, Bobby Brown, his album, Don't Be Cruel album, he didn't need them. So it was a fair trade-off. It was not a knock on either Bobby Brown or the group. They didn't need each other. So that was the trade-off. Johnny Gill, it took him to another level. Stacey Lattisaw, he said that he mentioned in the movie, he said he did like this to his skin, meaning that he was too dark for the Lattisaw family. Now the Gill family, I looked this up. The Gill family and the Lattisaw family, they're both a church family. Johnny Gill, I think he's a preacher's kid, and I think Stacey Lattisaw, she was also raised in the church. He said that he was too dark for her. Like Stacey Lattisaw has come out to dispute this claim. So because they were obviously in a relationship. Where do we go from here? So there was obviously a race relationship going on, and so there was some friction. Look that up, because Stacey Lattisaw has adamantly disputed that claim. We didn't know Ricky Bell was getting high. He was just getting just as high as Bobby Brown. We just found this out. Ricky Bell, Bell Biv DeVoe. We just found this out. Really, Ricky? We always looked at Bobby. We always looked at Bobby. So those are some of the things I said. That's why I say I give it a B, because there was some factual inaccuracies in that particular story. But it did a good job of telling us a story about the band, financials, and all those things. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the show. We got probably one more break coming up. Diggie's Funk Soul Explosion. Get back to the music right here on UBM Jams.